Hi there! I'm Mr. Spiker, and if you're watching this, chances are you might be interested in making puppetry videos. I made this video to try and help explain what I'm about, and to give you an idea what you might be getting yourself into if you decide you want to sign up. So, here's why this thing exists. I'm technically a special education teacher, but my background is in English, so I typically co-teach English classes. When we went all virtual in 2020, I was worried about making literature classes accessible for students who, for whatever reason, have a hard time reading. Long story short, we settled on making videos using puppets. Turns out, that was a lot of fun, and even though we're reopening, I want to try to keep going. But since I'm going to be teaching classes in Meet Space again this year, I thought I might be able to use some help. That's where you come in. If, you decide you want to, or something. There are really 4 sets of skills involved in making these videos. You might be interested in all of them, or just 1 or 2. That's okay. As long as you want to put in the work, I'll teach you what you need to know, and give you something to do. In fact, maybe you can teach me a few things. I've been learning as I go this whole time. The first big area is building the puppets themselves. Mr. C, Mr. Kane, and I made all the puppets that we made, except the ones that we didn't make. This involves cutting and gluing the pieces of foam together, and sewing up the puppet's fabric skin, and making their clothes, and also making any props and bits of the sets. Most of our videos are just shot in front of a blue screen, but we do like having physical bits where we can. Our standards are not high. I mean, go take a look at what we've made. Most of our props are made out of cardboard, with what they're supposed to be written on them with a Sharpie. Crafters are welcome, whether they want to operate a puppet or not. The second skill is scripting the videos. It's pretty time-consuming and not glamorous at all, and more complicated than you might think. I imagine I'll continue to do most of this, but if there's someone else who is interested in helping out, I would be keen to get a little help. If you want to try your hand at writing scripts, maybe this is the way to get started. The third thing is actually being a puppeteer. I need people who can clearly deliver lines while keeping track of their puppet's eye focus and movements. This is done by performing with a monitor hooked up to the camera so you can see what the camera sees. It's tough at first because in the monitor, your left and right are reversed. It's easy to get disoriented. But with practice, it's not so bad. Comedic timing is a plus. We try to have fun. Oh, and I guess I'll also need to know that it's okay to upload the videos we make. We can burn that bridge when we get to it. Finally, I'm looking for people who can help with filming and editing the videos. That means learning about how to set up our backdrops and some lights, microphones, and the camera. To get decent audio recordings, we have to dampen the reverb in the room around the set. All of our videos are edited in a program called DaVinci Resolve, which you can download and use for free. It takes a pretty beefy computer. I don't imagine it will run on the school laptops, but if you have experience with something else, I'm open to it. So, if any of that sounds interesting to you, here's what I want this club, program, thing to look like. Actually, to be honest, I don't know for sure what it's going to look like. I'm going to be working on these projects in the afternoons, after school hours. I'll do my best to provide any and all materials we might need. I don't want to try and compete for anyone's time if they're already involved in several extracurricular activities. What I do know is that I need help from people I can count on. You might be wondering, what's in it for you? Well, I can't offer any awards or accolades. Since we're making videos for educational use, I think it's fair to say that I can sign off on any requirement you might have for volunteer hours. I might be able to teach you some skills. And if you come learn how to make a puppet, you'll have a puppet, I guess. Well, I'm going to link a few videos in the description, down there, that I used when I was learning how to do this. If you're interested, take a look. If you want to help out, get in touch with me and we'll talk. I hope I made it sound fun, because it really is. See you around!